Selected Tokens is back. Once again, it's your host, Pedro, bringing to you another special project in this ICO world. So, without further ado, let's talk about crops. So, crops is a very new and exciting approach to agriculture, farming, and brings new and exciting possibilities to farmers, buyers, and sellers in all this trade market. And as you're gonna see, it's gonna be a different look to see how really the future is coming together. How these, let's say, more traditional industries are adapting to a more technological way of doing their business. So, Crops is the world's first agricultural marketplace crypto equity ICO. So that basically means that the first thing that I really have to put in mind is that the Crops project is backed with these cap chains. Cap chains is ICO, so they are helping ICOs bring their tokens into markets, and they help manage and trade and sell, and all this access are doing in this cap chain. One thing that is most incredible about this is that the actual tokens are backed by equity on the company. So that really is a way of doing things that, for me especially, it gives a lot of confidence, a lot of trust in your money, in your investments, because all the tokens that you buy are really backed up by equity in the company. So you have a double insurance on that account, and basically that means that you are safer in your investment and you can believe more in the action that you made within those ICOs. So I really recommend checking as well cap chains and all their investments, and to see if you are looking for a more safer way of doing your investments. So the first thing is really this. So Crops is backed by this, so you know that you have that safety and all that knowledge behind the more technical. In the agriculture world, we have the props, the knowledge, and now they have these cap chains helping with the token sales. So it really shows that they're trying to focus what they are good at, and they have partnerships with having this safety in the investments in the other hand. So that's really cool. So as you can see right there in the website, the pre-sale is now live. So they are now at 25% of their goal. But the sale, as I said, is a pre-sale. So you'll have like $1 less 30% discount. So you have right there their conversions to the Ethereum that they are trying to do. You see that they have still 20 days to come. So as you can see right there in this little map, so January 1st, then the second part of the sale will be at January 15th, then February 1st, and then February 15th to the end of the sales. So they are doing good by now, as you can see. So one of the things that really got my attention in this project was really like the merger between the traditional industries and this new ICO world, and this new more technological world. So agriculture has been one of its, let's say, the standards for food. You know, it's not like I'm giving rocket science knowledge to you right now, but farming is really important in all these products, to animals, to vegetables, fruits. It all depends on the human consumption of food. So it's not a given asset. So we really have to work more and more and more, because the population demandings are currently increasing. So if you see a growth in population, you have to have a growth in agricultural goods, and all these questions about our environment and our use of space in our countries, in our regions, have to really look at, once again, at farming to be the answer to have a better and prosperous future. So you cannot really take the importance of the agriculture to our world. So what Crops is really trying to do is give you a platform to your cell phone. So basically, Crops as right now to you as a common user will be a platform in your smartphone, when you could register as a seller or a buyer and see all these crazy lists and all these portfolios of people that want to buy something of a product or want to sell something of a product. Let's just imagine that you have a pig farm, so you can now register in the platform as a seller. You show your product, so you have a portfolio of your, let's say in this particular case, your pigs. You take some pictures, you really have a description, what's the animals look like, you have a short description, what about the feeding, all about their agricultural process to develop. And then they connect you to a buyer, in this case, that wants a similar product that you want to sell. So it's really about creating those relations and trying to create a more equity relation on that buyer and seller aspect of things. So the one promise that they give is you as a seller, you can see your products fly off the shelves at a competitive price, and you, for a buyer, you really can get again a fair price with a convenience. So let's have a look around to their website to discover a couple more things here. So let's see. This sentence is a very important sentence. So feeding the world will need 17% more food to feed the global population in 2015, where we will find enough food for 90 billion people. So that's really a bold acclamation, but again, all the projections point that way. The population will continue to grow, and our demands for food are getting higher and higher. So that's really, although it's can say as an outlandish statement, is really the art and truthfully true. So yeah. Okay. So the global agriculture is worth 3.3 trillion US dollars. Alright, so that's really big numbers. They're like almost, alright, so many farms worldwide, as you can see right there, and 90% of it run by individuals or family and rely on the family labor. Okay, 80% of the world's food is produced by family farms. Wow, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I really don't know that. So what they're trying to do as well is putting them in the side of these more family farms and other things, because we know that mostly in the countries that are fully developed, let's say that way, the fair trade and all these small things and small increases can bring a lot to this family. So it's a great way to know that they are trying to cap into that market as well. Okay. So challenges in agriculture, three main factors that negatively affect food production. So the supply is shorter than the demand. The supply of food is not enough in feeding the growing population of the world. Inefficient production, a third of the world's farmland is considered underutilized or degraded, as farmers lack access to information to know what and when they produce. In the inefficient third, current forms of trade have created barriers for farmers to gain direct access to buyers and then end users. So for me, what I can see right now is they're trying to cap in this on all these three forms, because crops in the one way is trying to say to people that, hey, you as an individual, you can produce farming goods, you can produce crops, you can produce whatever, because although it's a profitable one, it's a decision that we have to make. So it will really need to produce more. So if crops can introduce farming to another group of people, just to a smaller scale or to a bigger scale, that's really what they're trying to do. In the case of the inefficient trade, they are promising that they give competitive price both for sellers and buyers, so that's really a great thing. And about the inefficient production, I think that with a lot of talks, conferences, and so on, or real scientific studies about the land. Some of these more traditional farmers, they really don't know what they can produce in their land. So maybe you have a crops of land or a piece of land that you're really trying to develop it, but you are doing it in the wrong way. So it's really important to know what you're talking about. So for me, crops is taking the supply shorter than demand question in an inefficient trade in the bigger sense, because one way they are trying to put more people into farming with better conditions. So they are trying to prove that is as well as a profitable business, but is an essential business to our future. So let's say with this what if answer. So what if the market stall owners, the restaurant owners, the household owners, or the supermarket owners can meet the growers and the farmers? So in their way, what this brings. To address the global food problem, we need to encourage more people to farm. We need to assure farmers their produce will sold at a competitive price, knowing the demand plus when and where it comes from, the information we desire to empower farmers globally. So, as you can see, making a real relation to what you see right now. So, they're trying to put more people into farming. They're trying to give power to the current farmers that they hold. And they're trying to combat this inefficient trade, proving that is doable by providing sustainable and competitive price both for sellers and buyers. So it's really a really nice way to do this thing. Right now, in this case, we have a short video explaining. I will not play the video for you right now because the video is really small. I think I said earlier. He has 2 minutes. He's introducing basically the crops platform that I will talk to you about a little further on. Basically, it says what the app can do, what the thing can do. I really recommend you to watch this clip because it's a simpler way, and besides that, you can really have another perspective, and you can really see what's the app and the platform will be in your current smartphone. So yeah. So further on, I will say that let's talk to you more about these things. So let's see, the numbers are growing right now. We have all this, so the numbers stop right now. So current data shows that almost 17 million US dollars on transactions. They hold almost 17 farmers and buyers in their platform, and we see almost 3 million US dollars of inventory. So you can see that they are real numbers. We'll show you their roadmap right away. So okay, so this is interesting. I didn't see these things when I was browsing the website. So we can see right now we're not diminishing anything, but we can see that they are in like a more traditional environment, not very industrialized environment, but they are really having this connection. So to the most modern industry, to the most traditional way of farming, they are trying to keep all these little farmers. So I guess this is a lot of cool because it shows like they have a social conscience as well, not as less a business aspect of it. So it's really wonderful to see that. So right now we have a lot of pictures. So that's really cool. A lot of I can stipulate that are agreement signings and all that. They're trying to. So this is more like their social and trying to empower farmers. So I guess that's really cool. But let's have a quick look to the roadmap to see what they're really done in this year and what they're trying to project to the next few years. So here we go, we have the roadmap. So crops launched in the Philippines. In the first month, transaction worth 1.2k US dollars for 9 transactions. So it's really what make them started. So once again, the second step was. So let's have a quick look around into their roadmap to just see what's their status right now, what's their evolution, what they want to bring in the future, what their prediction in their, let's say, hopes and dreams and all that stuff. So let's see really how the roadmap shows their progress. So it's really interesting. So they, in this January, they launched in the Philippines. So they have 9 transactions in the Philippines, although it seems like a small number. It's a good step because what I can told you about the crops, they really want to saturate those emerging markets as well. So that's one of the biggest strategies that they hold right now. They want to get in this market, saturate these markets, and go next up to the next one. So they're trying to do this type of way. So they launched in the Philippines. It's a really interesting way. It's a really interesting country to a developing country, which is very good between the crops application and software. So we see again that the crops wallet in June 2007 was launched and the first $1 million US worth of transactions were made. So that's really good. Now decrease in the time section, we see at this December, almost 3 million worth of products were in sale. And right now their application platform, the Crops app, has more than 6,000 both farmers and buyers combined. So they are growing in numbers. That's really a great thing. So as I was showing you about, they really want to saturate the Southeast Asia and expand into the rest of Asia. So by 2020, they want to saturate the global emerging and developed markets. So see right now in this experiments or these marketing introductions in countries like Philippines, although it's really to try and conquer these markets, really make to see testing the application in the forms and then apply it to the other countries as well. So that's really a great thing to do. They're trying to small steps, and then in the future they want to have a blowout bang, they have success and overall domination in all the markets. So you can see right now that what they're really trying to accomplish. The first quarter of 2018, they want to saturate Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and expand to the other South Asia countries. And the quarter 4 of 2019, they want to saturate Asia and expand into global emerging and developed markets. And another great interesting fact is that the fourth quarter, back when we are in the future, in the 2021 here, they have their New York Stock Exchange IPO, so their public offering at the New York Stock Exchange market. So that's really interesting to see that they have big hopes for this project. Well, we can see right now for these numbers in this roadmap that they are evolving. They have a clear and solid way to see things. They have a consolidation, and that plan of consolidation is really well implemented. You can see right now that they have results. They are growing. I really think that these are going to be like a great thing. So in the one of the first of the Silicon project, I talked to you about INS, which was basically a new way of shopping goods. This is really a great addition to this fact, because this really puts the both buyers and sellers in a single one platform, which they can contribute to each other and really contribute to a better market offering on both sides, and they have a lot of progression to grow again on both sides. So I really think that's the most important to the MyKrops application right now is really how they're going to captivate both sellers and buyers into their platform. The affirmations are really good. We all know that agriculture is going to play and is a big player right now in our food. So we need we need to eat, the population need to eat. So farming, we have to put again on the top of our priorities as a countries, as region, as individuals. So really start to think about these questions. So if you have a business side on this, of course you are having a restaurant, a shop front or wherever, or if you are on the producing side as a big farmer, a vegetable grower or something like that, you really need to see these platforms as a good solution to you to put your product out there and trying to captivate people towards you, because the world is getting more and more globally, and sometimes these opportunities, if not seen as good ones, they can lead to devastating conclusions. We have to adapt to this new world, so I think that this is really going to be a great thing in the future. Although we can now see to the roadmap and see, oh, they want to do a IPO in the New York Stock Exchange by 2021, and we see that, oh, that's maybe a little far-fetched, but I don't think so. I really think that this is going to be well implemented, because it's really a thing that we need, and again, is giving a solution and is integrating that solution to the new developing technologies, and that's what I really like about. It's a good solid project with a view that is resolving a problem, giving better outcome to both buyers and sellers, and is giving a solution to our world and all that. So I really think that this is going to be a great project. But just not saying that in vain. Let's have a look around to their application. I'll provide there the link, so you can download this to your mobile phone, to your smartphone, sorry. And what I really want to show you is just like how easy it is, the application, how the thing is really simple to you to do. So you just click install, and then you create your own profile. So as you can see, I hope you can see well, the layout is really simple. So right now we're seeing the chicken, we see what the available quantity, how much it costs. So it's really, so you either buy or sell. So really the design is really clean and simple. You can see all the products with the information, the price, the quantity, wherever. You can have your own research. As I say in the beginning, you start the application by register as a seller or a buyer. Then you create your own profile, and you have your own descriptions, your own portfolio of products, or the portfolio of products that you want to acquire, and all that. So it's just a simple app to you to have on your phone. I strongly recommend you to, right now, if you own a restaurant, or you own any chefs or people that own a mini market or something like that, you just try the app and see the solution that can bring to you right now. So you're gonna be really surprised by the things that you have in the app right now. So the numbers, although may not impress like 6,000 members, but you're gonna really see what that 6,000 members of that community will bring to you right now. So I'll strongly challenge you to download the app and see to yourself, because you will be very surprised. So again, we have right here a profile, we have your all your orders and things like that. So it's really a nice way to you to do things. So the easy design is really working for you at your own site. So I really once again recommend you to download the app and just see for yourself what they can do to you or to a closer friend, or I don't know, if you have both a seller or a buyer that's really interested in farming and the selling or the buying sides of things, I really recommend you to download the app and see what they can do to you. So to have a really quick run-up of once I talk into this video. So the Crops app is really trying to break the gap and being the world first agricultural marketplace crypto equity ICO. So the fact they are doing solutioning a problem, thinking ahead of time about our consumption of supply and demand of farming goods, the aspect that they are backed with the cap chains, what that basically means that the tokens have real equity in the crops, with the whole platform, which is easy design, easy build, and works very well to you as well if you are a buyer or a selling in this farming industry. I strongly recommend you to download the app and see for yourself. Once again, don't forget the ICO is now live, so they are rolling right now a pre-sale token, as you can see right there. So I don't know, do your own research. I really feel like they are going to make a really strong statement in this ICO world. I see the vision that they're trying to implement, and I really believe in it. So if you are the same as me, see if this is a good investment opportunity for you. And well, that's it for the video today. I really hope that you enjoy my review on crops. Strongly recommend to you do your own research on them to see for yourself if this is a good investment for you. So I cannot stop the recording without address the festivities holidays. So I'm giving all to you happy holidays and a happy new year, and we see you in the next video.